Benjamin, we've been talking about IT/OT convergence for many years. Now, what you've done here, you have customers coming in. You know, how do they see this place?
Yeah, it's an interesting question, Kevin. So when we have customers coming in, I think we all share the same vision, right, of using production data to optimize the processes. But what's really cool is then when we go to our SMT line 7, which is our most advanced line that combines these typical SMT processes, but also coding, electrical inspection, till to assembly, and they see that we have like the process data from all machines that's available. We have it connected. So for each PCB board produced here, we can say exactly how was it soldered, how was it assembled, how was it coded, how was it assembled. So we have the full traceability, and that's super impressive, like seeing like how it actually works in the process here in production.
Now what you've achieved here is pretty much bleeding edge, the art of the possible, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
Some of the challenges you've come across?
Yeah, what's super challenging, right, is that we have a very heterogeneous like park of machines, right? We have different type of vendors, we have different ages of machines, like some are rather new that have like these modern interfaces, like CFX, but we have legacy equipment which we can't just toss away just because it doesn't have a data connectivity, right? So the main challenge is how do we get to the data? We're trying to use CFX, like modern interfaces as much as possible, but for the most times we have to use like log files that these old machines have. We're using Industrial Edge to really be able to access those files, parse the data, and make it available. So we really can integrate all the different machines we have.
Now, IT/OT convergence is like the digital enterprise story. It's never done, right? There's always the next step. What's next for you here?
So what we're looking for, right, is like, first of all, plug and play connectivity that we can really enable like all our people not to interact and connect their machines, like that we don't need data expert and IT specialists to get the data out of the machine, but that all our technology experts have the simple means to connect their data. That on the data side, but then also on interacting with the data, we need to provide tools so everyone is able to get insights of the data. Like looking at these trends we've seen last year with all the large language models, ChatGPT, right? Super impressive what you can do with like a good model trained on the right data. Now, if we transfer that to our production, train it all the process data we have available, and then just enable our people to chat with their manufacturing, like really to ask the important questions, I think that's the next big step for us.
Now, with all of the IT/OT convergence, where does that feed into the sustainability story?
Yeah, so first of all, right, we're able, by getting all this data of the processes, we now can actually optimize our manufacturing strategies and thereby eliminate waste. And second of all, now that we're able to acquire all this process data, we do not just get the process data, but also we know exactly how much energy is being used, how much other like materials we're using, so we can really get the traceability on the impact and sustainability we have with our production. And then in a second stage, find optimized machine and like production strategies to optimize those metrics.
Now, in your day job here, with all that you've achieved, all the stuff you've got working, any particular highlights, technology, challenges you've overcome?
What I think is the most cool about my job here, right, is being able to solve like real problems of the shop floor. So it's not like that we're thinking about things that could be cool and that we could try out, but we have people from the shop floor coming to us and being like, hey, we want to see what the data can do. We want to see if by doing this, something else improves. And then I get to go in, get the data out of the machines, build some tools, some software, so they can really see how their interaction improves our productivity. And that's just super cool, like leveraging our productivity by the means of digitalization and data analytics.
Well, the fact that this is a production site, it's currently making products for your customers, and yet you've been doing all this, and it's a production site. It's fascinating.
Yeah, like we're really working on the real problems here, right? It's not just that we're in a laboratory coming up with some ideas, but we have real problems from the shop floor, and whatever we do, it needs to improve our productivity. So we can't just try out things because they are cool. Like when we work on things, they need to help us, and that's a really challenging but interesting field to be in.
Making the sustainable digital enterprise a reality.
Exactly.
Hey, good stuff. Thanks very much.